Hello and happy Wednesday. So I got this right at noon. I was with my oldest son and he looked around and we were with other people and he's like, tomorrow's not Thursday, tomorrow's Wednesday. And we're like, no, today's Wednesday. Yesterday's Tuesday. He was like, oh man, I lost a whole day already this week. And sometimes I think we feel that way. So because of that, I'm going to show only easy projects this week. So that way you don't feel like you mess up a whole day or lose a whole day by doing something hard in the craft room, right? So I'm going to show you project number 3 using some new products. Sneak peek, guys. So in case you're wondering what's coming up in the new annual catalog, and even May 5th, not only does the new I'm still going to call it the annual catalog. It's not the new catalog because it's going to be 3 times a year. There's not going to be an annual and minis. It's going to be one catalog every 4 months, 3 times a year. So anyway, in the next catalog, there's going to be some fun stuff. And then also that same day on May 5th, there's going to be new online exclusives. And at first I was like, do I need that? Yes. Yeah, it only took a couple days. I placed another order because there's just really fun stuff. All right, let me get my camera turned around here for you. Happened just in 24 hours. It just seems like a lot. And so I just want to make sure that you can see, but not that it's too weird. Okay, so before I get started with my card, the last chance list posted today, 1 o'clock a.m. our time. And so from both the mini catalog, this one and this one, pull these out. It would be a good thing for you to pull them out and see, okay, what is going, okay? There's some really good deals, especially on embellishments. I loaded up on embellishments because I use a lot of them. And then yesterday, I just showed you this card, made this card for you. Well, sure enough, wouldn't you know, this is what is showing up. This was an online exclusive that came out earlier this year, and maybe even longer ago than that, I'm not sure. But anyway, those petals of beauty and such, the brush with beauty, some of those things are going away. I think I didn't put it this way. I didn't notice the pretty paper on that list, so I think that's still going. But even today's embossing folder is part of the Brush with Beauty suite, and I see that is on the last chance list as well. So if you kind of like these dies and such, now is a chance to just consider that. So think online exclusives, mini catalog, annual catalog, all of that last chance posted. So just wanted to let you know that. And yes, because of that, people are ordering. But I still have a few of these. So if you order and your order's over $60, you'll get one of these. And I love how when Jody ordered today, she's like, this is the one I want. And she told me which one she wanted. So that was pretty cool too. That, and there's no shame in picking what you want, because maybe half the thing of getting that is getting it because of the color, put it that way, right? Okay, so let us go into our card. Like I said, super simple, and this works well because I don't know if you're like me, it's like 5:15ish, and I haven't started our evening meal yet, and I know it's going to take like an hour to make, so this is going to be quick and easy for me and for you. And because it's from my open house, all the projects, I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but all the products are projects that day. Super simple to keep people moving. But the exciting part about this one, this was one of the projects, the only one that had a sneak peek of things to come. Sending Salutations. This is a fun stamp set. Lots of different reasons to get and use and send out these sentiments. There's birthday, there's friendship, there's congratulations, it could even be for graduation, all that kind of stuff. And so it's a very nice stamp set, Sending Salutations. And then I paired it up with some, I have to think of the name of this, Beautiful Ordinary Life. And this is just fun, fresh looking paper. I was really excited about the fresh colors in here, the combinations, and not too bright, not too subtle. It's just that perfect. Like this is my jam, seeing these colors together. And before I get too far into making the card, I just want to give you like 5 seconds to take a still shot You guys can actually comment if you think this is useful, or if you say, like, this does not hurt my feelings. If you say, Belle, don't do away with that, because afterwards you're going to post this. But some of you watch on YouTube and aren't on Facebook, so you don't always see that list, although I try to send a link or have that set in my settings also. But today, because this is a sneak peek, I can't make a product link. Like some of you do use that to shop by, and I'll say this is the link for all the supplies used. You'll see it on all my still shots and my cards. I can't do that today because none of these products are live yet, and so it doesn't allow me to create that link yet. So this will still have the list of what I've used, just not that link. I hope that makes sense for those of you that use those resources. I always like to try and help you along as much as possible. I'm a shopper that if I can see it firsthand to know either what it is, what's in it, what the price is, I'm a much better shopper and more likely to shop and shop successfully. And it's not all about the buying. It's just having success and getting what you want and opening up your box ready to craft and not going, oh, I wish I would have, or gosh, this isn't what I thought. So I'm always about trying to help people make good, smart decisions. Okay. Hello there, Lynette. Hi, Elaine. Good to have you on here, and Sherry as well. Good, good, good. All right. So like I said, the card comes together super quick and easy, so don't blink. Okay. So for the card base, using the nice bright flirty flamingo cardstock for the base, opening that way. And then what I did ahead of time is embossed, and depending on the camera angle and quality, you might see it. I cut this 4 by 5 1/4, and this is the beautiful pattern embossing folder. I did see, because this is part of the suite that I just talked about with the Brushed with Beauty, I did see that this is on last chance list. So if you like the pattern, hopefully you can see the pattern. Maybe you were here at my open house and used the pattern. So that is on the last chance list. Beautiful pattern embossing folder. So I'm just going to put that on the card base, and this is pool party. Pool party. So let me put that together here for you. And then next, we took that new sneak peek here of the 12 by 12 Beautiful Ordinary Life Designer Series paper. I cut this 3 by 4 inches. Then you get a lot of card fronts. Like this is going to be, I call it still kind of a card front. It's the focal point. You're going to get a lot of these pieces when you cut it 3 by 4 out of a 12 inch. And then also it makes for easy cutting to cut 8.5 by 11 down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that's what I'm going to back that on. And before I attach those two together, I'm going to get out my 2-inch circle punch here. We're going to do one of those paper saving techniques where we just punch that out from the very middle there. Oops. And now this is ready to be put on, or put together, I should say. And as you can see, they have some fun black and white images on the back side of this Beautiful Ordinary Life Designer Series paper. So that's kind of fun. All right, so before I attach this with some dimensionals, we have the Baker's Essentials twine pack, and I put that on my list of things, but I use a lot of white, and I luckily had a lot of white in my stash. So if you are in need of white, that's where you go. If you're also like me, you have lots of different colors. The day of my open house, I just kind of let loose and got out coordinating Baker's twine that matched this project. So I'm going to do the same here, and I don't feel like there's anything too harmful as long as you're being pointed to a place where you can get some more Baker's twine if you need it, or if you just want some white. That Baker's Twine Essentials pack has all those nice neutral tones in it, some browns, kind of like that linen color, black, white, things like that. But I always think if we can add some color to a project, how fun. And if you're like me, you could just be stuck away in your craft room and never have to get new Baker's twine ever again. In certain colors. Hi there, Jerry. Good to see you on here. Okay, so now this is ready to go. And with Baker's twine, I always feel like it doesn't matter if it's twisted or not over top of each other. And I usually wrap it around twice before I cut it and just tie it in a knot. because it's thinner, so twice around actually makes it show up in a decent way. And then I'm going to just flip this over and put some dimensionals here, one in the middle, one in each of the 4 corners, and that's going to help pop that up on top of that embossed layer here, like so. And I'm just going to kind of scoot it down in the corner, kind of that type of offset like that. Okay. Oh, Marie's waiting for the Artemis launch. That's exciting. It's especially exciting when you live in an area where you can see exciting things like that. We actually got to see a space shuttle launch when we were in Florida years ago with our kids when they were young. And they were that perfect nerdy age where it was just exciting for them. If you know, like kids, there's certain times where they're just in that sweet spot where science is intriguing, and so that was kind of fun. So thanks for sharing that. Okay, when I had my card at an angle, I thought, is it crooked? No, it's not. So before I add the sentiment, what I'm going to do is get out my Wink of Stella. I love Wink of Stella, you guys. So I'm just going to go over some of these lines, not all of them. And so it's actually going to kind of look like the shininess is part of the paper. And so it was fun to see what people did with their designs. Of course, when my grandkids came over, they wanted to put the Wink of Stella, the glittery, shimmery look on all of the lines, not just some of them. And I hope that this shows up maybe on the camera. And I'm sure when I take a picture to post my still shot of it, it's not going to do any justice, but just believe me, it's there. And in person, it looks really fun, especially on these kind of lighter but brighter tones here. So that's my little add-on to that paper, which I think makes it look fun. And then let's open up the Flirty Flamingo ink pad, which is the base of the card and such. And from that new Sending Salutations stamp set, May 5th is a date that everybody can order that stamp set. I'm just going to stamp out To a Marvelous Person on their birthday. Now I'm going to switch over to the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And just going to punch that out there. And then that's going to attach to the 2-inch circle that I punched out of that inside of that other one there. So got that. And then I'm just going to pop on some more dimensionals here. Let's do about 3 of those. And what I like about stamping first and then punching, especially when it comes to a circle, like you're never going to get it crooked because you can always center and just move things around. So it's kind of that sweet spot of crafting. Next week, about a week from now, next Thursday, I have a group of mostly elderly ladies, but some of them I don't think I've ever stamped before. So I think I'm going to change up the products that I'm using here, but do the same layout for them because I think it's going to be really easy for them to replicate, especially if they've never stamped before, but make them feel like they have success with something super cute. And then the last thing that I want to add is a new embellishment too. Array of Dots is going to be part of this whole kind of collection that coordinates with each other, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of these, which I think are leaving, the rainbow adhesive back dots. Kind of, if you can see, sometimes people are like, oh, I already have something that looks like that, until you put them side by side and go, they kind of do, but just a whole elevated brightness, just with the shine versus muted, just they look a lot happier. Can embellishments look happy? Not that those are sad, but just a lot more you know, just something to it, put it that way. And so then what I'm going to do is just take one of the larger ones in that Flirty Flamingo color, and then I'm going to grab a smaller one from the pool party, and then a smaller one here from that yellow color too. So there we go. So we've just kind of got those like that, and you can line them up next to a color if you want to, or not. I don't think it matters, but they'll show up either way, which is nice too. And now for the inside. So the outside, of course, says To a Marvelous Person on their birthday. And then for the inside, from that same stamp set, I'm just going to ink up in my Flirty Flamingo again, Cheers to You, which can be great for birthdays. It can actually be for a celebration, which in that same stamp set, there's congratulations, things like that too. So once I hit April, I'm like, oh, I better start thinking about, do we have graduation cards or something that can be versatile for graduation, but maybe just an all occasion congratulations card, because sometimes people are like, oh, I need 30 graduations. The next person might not need graduation exactly, but something else. So I'm always thinking about what is coming up next for occasions to prep for my classes and such too. So there you have it. Super simple. All right. Hopefully you guys can go, oh yeah, that's a great simple layout, and then replicate it too. And I love hearing how you guys can do that on your own with your things too. So I do have events, like 3 events coming up in the near future that I need to prep for. But my goal, because these have been quick and easy, and because I'm getting my house back in order from my open house, but I also have more quick and easy projects lined up. So my goal is to come live to you again tomorrow and maybe Friday as well with those, and get some sharing done in between prepping for my upcoming classes. And there's Easter, so I need to get ready for that, because how exciting is Easter with grandkids and plastic eggs, right? So have a great rest of your night. Take care.